My name is Oksana. I'm a customer care manager, and I work with clients.
Sorry, a what manager? What manager?
Customer care manager. She listen, maybe it's. This is the bad.
Can you hear?
Voice, right? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I can hear you. You sound and you look fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, a customer care manager, and I work with
Customer key a manager.
care. Care.
We take care of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Customer care manager.
Yes, and I
You
work
take care of the
about our intended parents. Yes. I work directly with them on their documents during their journey, like starting with when they called us, and I help them to work with documents, with shipment their biomaterial to Ukraine, with doctors. Like then I work like I'm like the link between surrogate mother, doctor, and biological parents. Because I speak Ukrainian, you know, and doctors, they also speak Ukrainian. I get updates from our surrogate mother coordinator about our surrogates, and then I update our biological parents as soon as I have information. So they are always updated from us.
And Oksana,
so customer care manager.
and Oksana has worked.
Good to meet you, Oksana.
Thank you.
Oksana has worked with Addie and Sunny since the very beginning. Oksana.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah.
With me.
And Susan, what is your title? You are like boss in this.
I call myself the founder. I think the founder of the company sounds better than the owner, but I started the company and own the company. So I don't have a fancy title.
And I just a founder of the company. That's pretty fancy, I think. I just so you know, like my name is Signe, and I work with Eva, as you have spoken a lot to, and I'm hosting this program and trying to understand what your business is about, and I just ask whatever comes into my head.
Oh, please.
And I'm very curious about this subject. And if sometimes I can have in this program we have like a very free tone. So if I ask something that can sound harsh, don't take it personal. That's just the way I am. And if I ask something that you think is too harsh or you don't want to answer, then it's so fine. You just say, and it's completely fine. And you can, of course, feel free to ask me anything and say anything to me. I don't.
Maybe you do want to talk.
I don't get offended. I don't get offended by anything.
Okay.
Because
well,
I know it's easy. Yeah.
Oksana and I have probably heard every question from couples. So we're right. So we're used to everything.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. But just so, if you when we talk, if you think, okay, this scene is she's just a lucky girl. She doesn't even know how lucky she is. That you can. I mean, I can make my own children. I have 2 girls, so just tell me whatever you think. It's fine.
Thank you.
I like hvad hedder det, modstand?
Truth.
I like when people just say whatever they think. So
Honest.
Oksana has a really interesting. If you're interested, Oksana has a very strong opinion on journalists.
yeah. What do you think, Oksana, of journalists?
Well, yeah, Susan is always laughing from this, but yeah,
Speak slowly.
I have very strong opinion because, as you know, yes, starting the war, we were interviewed and before as well with different journalists, and like what I read after in the articles that didn't make me happy. This is like, maybe it will not sound very well from your side, but because. We work hard here. We work hard to help people who are struggling with the infertility, and we know that they had very long way when they come to us. So, and our main role is to help them and to be as nice as we can with them, because they even can cry anytime, because you know they were fighting to get a child for so many years, and finally they found us, and they have a chance that they will finally get this child. And when the journalist interviewed me, and after I read this in article, and that was like totally different what I said and what I felt and what is our attitude is to this work, as well as with surrogates. Because before that, all our surrogates were interviewed and they were open to this, but after they said, no, we don't want to be interviewed anymore. Because most of them, they showed surrogacy not like it is, you know. And even surrogacy during the war, not like it is as we see it, as we try to make it here.
And they quoted the surrogates actually wrong. So the surrogate would say something, and they would write something totally wrong. Like, for example, I probably shouldn't say the publication, but it's an international publication. And this woman, she did not want to use her name. She said because she was interviewed and they used her name and they wrote different than what she said. Right? Do you understand? Okay, so she was very mad, and she said she was very mad, and she says, I'll do it, but not by my name, because I don't want someone to write not what I said. And then, so that's what she told the newspaper. And then when we got it, it said, this surrogate did not want to use her name because she was scared of personal abuse. It was not what she said at all.
She had never said that. No.
So if other journalists, Oksana can say, if other journalists had written and reported like what they were really saying, I mean, and Lubov can say the same. Если они сказали, что типа они сказала, они было бы говорить с ними. So we were just saying, like, if people reported the honest truth of what they said and felt, that today they would all be talking to you and showing their face.
Yeah.
But they feel almost like, this is kind of funny because I know you're going to ask us if they feel exploited, and they don't feel exploited by surrogacy. They felt like they were exploited by the journalists.
Yes. And also they all have like intended parents have like different chat groups, right? So where they exchange their experience. Same is with our surrogates. They all have like Viber groups, Instagram groups, where they exchange all this. And you know what? They exchange this experience with journalists in that groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah, I understand. I know journalists, and I know how it can be. I've tried it myself, not to compare.
Yeah.
But I know.
Because in like months ago,
I know your concerns.
like 6 months ago, we would be able to be on the Zoom with 5 surrogates. Like you could look at their faces and talk with real names. So it's very sad.
Yeah.
So
So
We found-
But is it okay that we talk now and then we can see afterwards if
Oh, yeah, I'm just,
we should talk to some of the-
you said that we could say anything. So Oksana said, I
You
want,
can say anything.
so
So that is why I wanted to share this
I would like to
with
just
you.
talk for hours, but well, sorry, Oksana.
That is why I wanted to share this experience, my thoughts with you, because you mentioned that we can share
Yeah,
this.
I understand.
what else is
I
it?
understand completely. But I can imagine
Because
exactly what has been going on.
yeah, because sometimes when Susan tells me that we will be interviewed, I almost always say no, I don't want. But when Susan says no, this is very nice, journalist, you have to, then I said okay, I will.
Why don't you,
Yeah,
since
yeah.
you have to leave, why don't you share with her, like, I don't know, some of your thoughts or what's important to you?
Leave, Oksana.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
to leave. Yeah, if you have a couple of questions to me,
Or-
so I will be
But-
very happy
But
to.
Well, why don't you tell her why you do this job? Why you do this job and what you find most interesting about it?
I work with.
Yeah, I just have to sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is it okay? I just for the viewers of this program, sometimes they just summarize what you're saying, so I know everyone understands what your business is. So I mean, you see, you have a business where you connect people who want a child with surrogate mothers who carry their child, give birth to it, and hand over her mother rights to these parents.
Not exactly. We're not.
That's what your business is.
No, we don't connect them. We help them, the intended parents,
Okay.
from the very first call, like doing all their documentation at home in Denmark, all the medical tests in Denmark, shipping, if they ship, most people will use a donor and ship their sperm from Denmark. And then helping them find and choose a donor, and then doing the egg retrieval, and then matching them with an amazing surrogate, and then we monitor. We act like we are the parents. We try to be like Addie as if she were here, so that every single time there's an appointment.
So you try to act like, yeah.
Yes. So
So you are okay. So you have a business where you help people who want a child from the very beginning till they have the child in the end.
until they get on the plane.
Taking out eggs, transporting sperm, semen. Sorry.
Yep. And also
And finding a surrogate mother.
finding a surrogate mother, and then making sure that the transfer, and we every time they go to an appointment, because they go to lots of doctor's appointments. It's not like a normal pregnancy. We have to monitor and medicines, because it's like a false pregnancy, right? So we have to make sure she has the medicines all the way through the pregnancy to sustain that and keep very healthy. So our surrogate coordinator go with every single meeting and ask questions, make sure, ask. And then the parents get a report and photographs
And videos.
and videos.
We want them to feel like they are here with their surrogate in Ukraine, so they can control and see how their baby is growing up in the surrogate's uterus.
Okay.
And then
So you help people who want a child with making it happen. So you help them with finding a surrogate mother and helping them transportating their eggs and their semen to Ukraine.
and overseeing the entire medical process.
Yeah. And all the legal stuff with who has the right to the kids.
And all the legal stuff,
Who are these women?
all the legal stuff to get out of the country too. So everything that the Danish embassy wants, all
Yes.
those documentation. Do you want to ask our surrogate mother about the
Yeah, and I know it's
or excuse me, our surrogate mother coordinator is here. Would you like to ask her about the surrogates or Oksana?
yeah.
Okay. Well, the surrogates are we only take women that are between 24 and 34. They have to have had a child, at least one child of their own.
One healthy child.
Healthy child.
Yeah.
And that should be
Yeah.
naturally. So no cesarean section.
Yeah.
And we have a list of care.
How do you find these women?
Well, we find them.
Do they contact you?
Yes, a lot of them contact us because we have a very good reputation for taking care of the surrogates. And
Some of them want to be at the second time a
is that?
surrogate.
that was the door, sorry.
So that door.
Okay.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's the surrogate. They like Lubov said, there are these groups. There are these Viber groups and WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups where all of the surrogates talk to each other. And they say, this agency is great. We really loved working with Susan's team, and the doctors were great, and this. And they say, we worked with this other, and it was a nightmare. They didn't talk to me. I was all by myself. No one came to me to the appointments. I didn't understand what to do. And a lot of them, they recommend their friends to us. So we get...
So you take care of the customers, the parents, but you also take good care of the surrogates.
Yeah. So there's two sides.
Sounds like
There's like where we get the couples, but that's where we get our surrogates. And then
And why?
here, I'll
What is
He would just
the
phone me.
Why do these women want to carry a child and give it away to strangers?
Oh, they're not giving it away because it's not their child. It's the parent's child. And every woman understands, every surrogate
From the beginning.
understands from the first moment that it is not her child at all. And they even, like, if they have children, so you understand, we say, how do you describe to your children, that you're, pregnant, that you're having a baby? And most of them say, I love you so much, and I am so happy to have you as my son, but there are people that can't have
Children.
Yeah, can't have children. So I am your mama. Your mama is helping them have a family. So
So you say it's not their child.
never. They never even think that.
How do you know?
Because we talk to them.
We talk to them as psychologists talk to them. So this is like one of our points when we take the surrogate. She has to take a lot of screenings, like medical tests, also psychological tests, and in order to make sure that she's ready to be a surrogate, because not all surrogates can be approved. Like not all candidates can be approved to be a surrogate. Like out of 10, only one can be approved. So that is why we do not take every surrogate we found on the street or every girl who contacts us.
Let's do this.
Like we have to understand. And
You make some. Yeah. So you make some kind of screening where
Yes.
you check to be certain that this woman
Yes.
acknowledge that this child is not
Yes.
her own child.
Yes.
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 And the screening is so
sorry,
intense.
when I ask this, it's because in of course we have like different rules in different countries. In Denmark, we have this rule that if you're pregnant and you give birth to a child, you are always the mother, even though it's not your own eggs, like the meta-aged, we call it. So that's why I asked, but
It's in many
you say
countries.
it's never her child.
It's in many countries, that rule.
It's
Many
Yeah.
countries. But Ukraine, it's very,
in most countries, actually.
most countries. Yep.
Yeah.
But in Ukraine, it's very different, and they understand from the very beginning. They're babysitting it inside their belly, and so it's a totally different mentality. You'll be able to speak with our surrogate, but we once asked. We joked. It was a joke, just a joke. We said, "Oh, so do you want another child?" And she went, "Oh, no. I have enough. This is for them." Just like, this is not my child. So it's the psychology is different. The culture is different. They realize from the very beginning that this is something they're doing for someone else.
And also, we are not using like their biomaterial. We are using like donor, like their father's sperm. Yes, if we use donor, or it's mother's egg and father's sperm, and then the surrogate understand that this is even not her biomaterial. That the child will not look like her. Yes, so will not have her habits. That this is totally different. Like she's like. She has to carry this child. She has to take care about this child, and she's very happy. All our surrogates, they are very happy that they are able and enough healthy to help another people.
And
how much do you pay? How much do you pay the surrogate mothers
$24,000
to carry other people's?
$24,000
per child they deliver. What if they get pregnant with twins? Do they get double up?
Well, there's two ways we do twins. We don't like to put two embryos. In the old days, like 10 years ago, they used to put lots of embryos in. But the new technology, one is much more successful than two. And if the mother has twins, it's very hard on the mother. And there's much more risks of complications, not just for the surrogate, but for the children. And so we highly discourage having twins. Once in a while, we have, if the doctors suggest, we're not doctors. And if the doctor says, because of the way these embryos are, we suggest that we transfer two, then we will suggest that to the client. But again, the couple decides, because here in Ukraine, it's their material, they own that embryo. They are the parents of that embryo from the day it's fertilized.
Okay.
So they make that decision. So we have twins very rarely. And if there are twins, there is an additional payment. How much to the surrogate?
4,000, and then if it's C-section plus 2.
Yeah, I think it's $8,000 additional.
So extra
on top of that, so it'd be
for the twin.
Yeah,
okay.
So it'd be 30,000. It's not.
Okay.
We don't encourage it.
No, of course. Is it ever the surrogate mother's biological child?
Never.
Does she have? Never.
It's illegal. So the legal rule in Ukraine is that the surrogate can have zero biological relationship or genetic relationship with the child. So it has to be, and the legal rule is you have to have at least one parent's biological material connection. So either the commissioning father or the commissioning mother, or both.
Yeah, and this process takes like three people take a part in this process, like a surrogate mother, father, biological father, or biological father and mother, and a donor.
So if
So sometimes you can have like some kind, actually 3 mothers. You have like the biological, you buy a donor egg, and you have the surrogate mother, and you have the intended mother.
Yes, so we don't even call the surrogate the mother, because she's not the one that's going to care for the child. So we call the mother the biological mother, because she is the biological mother.
Okay, so when you talk about the mother, it's the intended parent mother.
Yes.
And when I say the surrogate mother,
we use just
call her the surrogate.
And even if when the baby is born, the surrogate, she's even not allowed like to see or take the baby on her hands. This baby goes immediately to the intended parents.
So the intended mother.
She can't even. She's not allowed to.
In the
hold the baby.
In the hospital, she's not allowed to visit the baby, and that's for legal reasons. But it's also they don't want like germs or any. They're very paranoid about germs. So the baby's given directly to the parents so that there's skin to skin contact, because skin to skin contact has proven to help bond.
And the smell of the parents.
The smell of the parents. And so then they stay in the hospital. The biological parents stay in the hospital. They have their own room, and their baby is with them. The surrogate stays in another room where they care for her. And when they get out of the hospital, usually they get out of the hospital at the same time, the surrogate and the family. And at that time,
I just have to say one.
Yeah.
It sounds a little harsh for the surrogate that she's not even allowed to hold the baby she's giving birth to.
It's not her baby, and the mother, the biological mother, is in the room with her. See, it's different because we're probably the only agency. We allow them to have a relationship with the surrogate. So the biological parents know
they
her.
Like friends after,
So they know her.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're going in the room just to get a baby.
Yes.
So they go in, and we can tell you
they can send presents to surrogate mother during she's at the after they leave the hospital. They can give the baby on her hands. After they go home, they share pictures with the baby of the baby to the surrogate mother.
But she's talking during the birth, and during the birth, the mother, the biological mother, is actually with the surrogate. So they're allowed to help eat
in the delivery room.
And and please ask the surrogate this, but they are really happy to have that relationship because they feel that it gives them support. Yeah. They want to know that the child's going to be loved, that the child's going to have great parents. And so when they get out of the hospital, the maternity, which takes about 3 days, then they can do whatever they want. And a lot of couples take pictures with their baby and the surrogate, and they go out to eat, and they spend time together.
Yeah, and I have to say it sounds like the best way to arrange this thing, which is of course complicated in many ways, but I still don't understand. Why can't she hold the baby?
You mean when it's born?
If you hold the baby.
Luba. Они спросили, зачем это нельзя, если когда родится сурмама? Она может держать ребенок, или это совсем нельзя?
Ну, это не то, что нельзя, это лучше не надо.
Ну, зачем?
Чтобы не было
Притока молока,
материнской
притока молока.
проток молока, да, чтобы этого не было.
О, это будет...
Да.
Ну, это же
стимуляция будет?
Это же природный процесс, Сьюзен. Человек
материнский
видит.
инстинкт
Материнский
сразу
инстинкт, да.
включается. Лучше
Материнский
этого не
инстинкт.
делать, вот и всё.
Они не понимают.
Ну, а как
Always,
это?
always because it stimulates the milk.
Yes, this is what we wanted to describe.
sorry, we're having, but it stimulates
No,
the...
it's fine.
Yeah, and see, in Ukraine, it's also, it's illegal for them to provide milk, and that's not a bad thing. We're trying to protect the surrogate's body, because if the surrogate is not if she's not cared for very, very well, and she will have problems with
her breasts, yes.
breasts and because of the milk.
Right after the delivery, she will the surrogate she will get the special medicines to stop her body making this milk,
From lactating.
Yeah, from lactating, yes. But right after the delivery, she takes the baby on her hands, she will immediately get this process, before she gets this, because right after she gives birth, she takes the medicines, but when she takes these medicines, it requires some time to work for this medicine. That is why we do not give this child immediately on her hands.
Yeah.
And the baby will stay in Ukraine for 3 days, but the surrogate will have problems for months, to make this stop. This is nature, This is,
but when they're like.
But so can you say that I ask all these maybe a little emotional questions because it's a really new and different world for
please
for
ask
a
away.
lucky girl like me.
Ask anything.
So it sounds like that actually what you do is you rent a woman's uterus and create a baby in there. It's more like a business where you rent her uterus and say, okay, you can use my body.
Well, it isn't.
But I don't want to. You can't.
You can't say it that way because it's not like just a piece of a body. It's like when you're working with someone, it's their mind, it's their heart, it's their legs, it's everything about them, it's their spirit. So this is a crazy example, but if you're choosing someone to work with, you would choose someone who's happy, enjoyable, that, is smart. If you're choosing someone that's going to work with you side by side for, let's say, 2 years, you personally, you don't just want a body part. You want the whole entire package. Someone who understands, who's been educated, who's responsible, who is doing this because she likes working with you and likes what she's doing.
Yeah.
So can never be just, if you want a successful surrogacy, you have to look at the whole entire thing. You have to look that this is a person that is going to be part of my life and part of my child's life.
Yeah.
And so it is essential.
I understand what you're saying is that's why you screen these women and you talk to them and you make sure they know what they're doing and they're okay with it. I understand.
And a million health checks.
Different.
Of course.
But,
and why do these women do it?
Mostly they do it because this is, a financial and bringing joy reason. They do it because, and some of them super love being pregnant.
Yes, you know, I can give you one example. We had a surrogate. She was already like 3 times surrogate mother, but she has one her own child. And I said, don't you want to have your own child? She said, no, I don't, but I love to be pregnant. And why can I not give a child to another couple and have this joy of being pregnant? But I don't want to have another child like my own child. From my childhood, I dreamt that I will have only one child and this will be a boy. And I have it. I do not plan, maybe later I will have my child. But right now I want to have another people and I am happy to be pregnant. She's so funny. And she just was a surrogate 2 months ago. And she said, I will come to you again next year. I will come to you again. Please find me a very nice couple so I can be a surrogate mother for them. And also you will ask this surrogate, you will talk to today.
But she still wanted the money also.
Yes, this is also a financial part of this surrogacy.
The average salary in Ukraine is $3,000. So when we're paying 24, it's a tremendous amount. And this is something we really believe in, is because when you ask, room for rent, and if you're exploiting them, the thing is they're giving the parents, the biological parents, something amazing and life-changing, a child. But they're giving a family in Ukraine, and I mean a family, because it's a mother, it's their children, it's their family, husband, a totally amazing gift too. So they can buy a new house, they can get a car, they can put their children with private school.
Yes. Normally, all young families, they want to have to live separately from their parents. And in Ukraine, for these women, it's difficult to buy your own even apartment in the apartment, right? Not house. And these programs, they help them to buy their own house or to give the best education for their child. So they know that she will have ability to give this education that her child will choose. That is why, this is also nice.
Yeah, I understand. It's also, it's a completely different situation.
Is this
compared to
is this okay? Yeah, let's put it down. Is this okay with the son?
It's okay. Everything is so good. My only problem is I don't want to steal your whole day. But
we took the afternoon. We marked the whole afternoon for you.
That's so nice.
I don't know.
What I just have to make. So you make this. I just so I understand. As I understand it, you make a contract between the intended parent and the surrogate.
There are several contracts.
I feel like calling her a surrogate mother.
You can.
But you make a contract where the surrogate mother, she agrees that even before she gets pregnant, she hand over her rights as a mother. She has no rights to this child at all.
No, legally under Ukrainian law, they have no rights from the moment the egg is the embryo is made. So she has no rights to that child. So that's before, while it's inside her, and also when when it's born. So there are 2 contracts. There are the contract between the biological parents and us to look over and make sure the whole process works. And then there's a contract under Ukrainian law between the intended parents and the surrogate. And
okay, so
now in the
but what if this
and in this contract is a lot. So it says things like that the surrogate can and can't do. Like, for example, she shouldn't go horse riding. A lot of people want that she doesn't eat raw fish. Generally things that could endanger the pregnancy. So this is something.
Yeah, drink and smoke.
Oh, well, that's like, you can do tests for that. The testing process for a surrogate, you should understand, it doesn't take a week. It takes about 3 months. So we spend so much time with these surrogates that if something were wrong, we would be able to know. Because it's going to...
What if the surrogate mother changes her mind?
Well, first of all, it's illegal. And we screen so that we've never, that would not psychologically, they don't want a child. So legally, they can't change their mind.
Also, our lawyers, they talk to them on this.
Yeah, so we also, and I don't know of anyone, I'm sure it's happened somewhere in the world, but in Ukraine that we know of, and through all of our channels, that it's happened. We also, just so that you know, we let the women have an independent lawyer to talk with at the beginning, and also speak with a doctor, just to make, you know, it's a big decision. So we need them to understand their rights and responsibilities. But
so if the surrogate changes her mind, it's just too bad for her.
yeah, because it's, I don't know. We don't know. Yeah. But see, the child is not hers. She has no biological connection. So you can't, under Ukrainian law, you can't claim a child as yours if it's not genetically yours.
But she also signed the contract at the beginning, so she refused from the child at the beginning.
She also, we have the legal documents that say, I have no rights to this child at any time.
And in the surrogate mother contract, the mother and father's names.
And there's
maybe it's just me being
no.
sensitive. But I think, what if she gets like emotional connected and she didn't thought she would be? But that's just too bad.
No, well, you're making it sound like, oh, tough. But we wouldn't take it into the program someone who like had huge maternal instinct. You know, who like wants a child because it's not their child. These are people that
and that is why when they decide to be surrogate, even according to the Ukrainian law, she has to have at least one her child. So she already has a child and she knows how to be a mother, you know. So this is like, and also before they go into the program, they read a lot. They communicate with another surrogates, how it's to be. Is it difficult to give the child away? How do you feel the after? How do you feel before? You know, and what is very good that we do from our side, like an agency, that we give them all our life love from our side, from biological parents' side. So after they finish the program, when the time came that they have to give this baby to another couple, they are already friends with this family. And the biological parents, they say that you will always be part of our family. We will always remember you. We will always stay in touch. So for her, it's easy to give this child because she has connection with this family. Well, she has connections with biological parents.
Mm-hmm. And more than that, they always say to us, they say again and again and again, that I know this child is going to be so loved. That this is going to be the most loved child in the world. Because they when they meet with the biological parents, because they can see each other, so much the mother and father just cry.
Parents share their like room, have they prepare for the baby at home, and their like stuff they buy for the baby.
But the surrogate mother, does she meet the biological parents
at the
before
beginning
being pregnant with their kid?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
So she meets these parents before she
Yes.
signs that she wants
Yes,
to carry
Yeah.
the
yes,
child.
they have first call, and it's like
Okay.
roughly like 1 hour, or it can be even 2 hours, how long. And during the pregnancy also they can have a call at any time when a parents request or surrogate mother says that I wanted to talk to biological parents. Of course they talk to
And
each
the
other.
surrogate has the right
Yeah.
to say, I don't want to work,
And-
I don't want to carry this couple's child, I don't want to work with this client.
Yeah, after their first meeting, like before she got pregnant.
Because we had someone, she said, I
I
don't,
don't feel.
yeah, she
Yeah,
said,
that's good. Yeah.
she said, I don't feel comfortable, I just don't feel comfortable that they're not a good, I don't have a good feeling to be with them.
Yes. And then we changed another couple, and she said,
Okay.
yes, I'm fine.
What?
I'm happy to go with them.
So it's
Okay,
important.
so it's kind of casting process
Oh,
where
well-
she sits.
Well,
They have to feel each
Yeah.
other, They have to feel,
Yeah.
because they will spend like 9 months at least. So the parents and the surrogate mothers, they have to feel whether they will feel comfortable with each other during this time.
And we give them like lists of questions
Yeah,
to
of course.
ask.
And,
So the parents, we encourage them to ask
Yeah.
a lot of questions. So we give them list of questions,
and
and so they can like.
it sounds like, sorry if I rush it a little bit, because I have something I really want to talk. It sounds like, I really mean it, it really sounds like you do it the best way, and you're very take care of. It is like it's a sensitive situation for everyone.
Yeah, because you always have to understand the situation.
What if the surrogate mother has a miscarriage? Does she get the whole payment?
It depends when in the pregnancy. We take such good care of them that we haven't had a miscarriage since 2020. That's primarily because we do genetic testing on the embryos before they're implanted,
Okay.
so we know that they're healthy.
Yeah, but what
Okay, I'll get to it.
the girl who the girl who got a miscarriage.
It depends where.
How much of the payment did she get?
It depends on where the pregnancy is. If it's the first week, then it's like not so much. If it's like third week, then it's like, hundreds of dollars. If it's like, we've never had, it depends on where it is. We've never had a miscarriage more than 6 weeks. So if it was stillborn, she'd get almost everything. Now, God help us, because of all the screening, we would know that like in the first, beginning. But if it was ever, then she'd get like the full payment because, she carried it to term.
She gets the full payment, and also we pay for her payment at the hospital when she during her time been there, and also after we take care about her, because we ask like to make ultrasound checks and send to their doctor, so we are sure that this surrogate she come to us healthy and she went from us healthy as well.
Okay, so you can say the longer she's pregnant,
Oh, yeah.
the more money she gets.
Yes.
Yes.
And what if the child has a handicap, is disabled in some way,
It depends how much,
and then
it depends what it is.
how much,
Oh,
how disabled should the kid be?
Okay.
What if the child has a handicap, is disabled when it comes out?
Well, that doesn't affect.
Does the surrogate mother still get
Yeah.
her money?
Oksana's gonna head out. Okay. She's gonna go home or go work.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Oksana, it was good to meet you.
Yeah, it
You
was
are very
nice to
good to. I can feel that you really you care about these
Yes,
customers and the surrogates also. So thank you for wanting to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you too. Bye.